What is up, guys, and welcome to a new series I'm trying called Simulating a Year. So how this is going to work is every episode is going to be simulating 1 year in a universe mode completely reset. So as you can see, we are resetting completely. The only thing is that once we reset this, next time it won't be reset because it'll be whatever it is. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a way to reset, like reset universe. So reset all aspects of the universe mode really dead, including any show, any progress, anything. Okay. Shit. Okay. Let me go ahead and redo all this quickly. But it should reset everything if I'm not wrong. I just realized maybe I shouldn't have done this. But all my custom characters, no matter who they are, go to NXT and they can be brought up in the draft, basically. And I have to probably re-put my custom tag teams on there, which I can just import because, you know, I'm smart. Okay. Okay. And let me check the draft. Off. Team picks, any. Team splitting on. Free agent picks, any. Legends pick 1. There we go. Okay. Let's go to the first week of this universe. Main event. Oh, wait, I forgot to reset titles, didn't I? So whoever wins this match, we're just gonna go to the first week of the draft, and if there's any champions, we're getting rid of the champions. Because to start this, I don't want any champions. Okay. So we're gonna just simulate the draft. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, what if there's like in the news? Okay. We're just gonna go to here, and we're gonna reset all champions here instead and see what happens. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Raw. Raw has 70 people. Is there a way to check only Raw? Yes, there is. AJ. Let's see. Anyone that like came from SmackDown. I think Alex Shelley and Alexa Bliss, I think, are. Blake Monroe. Okay. I wish you could just see this, like what happened in the draft. That would be kind of cool. Tank. Okay. Well, let's start the first episode of Raw. Chris Sabin and Joe Gacy. So the Wyatt Six, or at least Joe Gacy and Motor City Machine Guns for sure. Secret Hervis seem to have. And a main event, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, who are both from SmackDown, now on Raw. Cody Rhodes is the new World Heavyweight Champion. NXT, we're going to check, but like, you know. Okay, Undisputed Era and Birthright, Kalani and Nakia. Main event is Ricochet and Lucian Price versus the Hardys. None of these teams got drafted. Okay. Let's go ahead and go into the next matchup here, or the next show, SmackDown. We're only going to do this for the first week just to see what changed up. You know what I mean? Zarya and AJ Lee. And then we're just going to do pay-per-views, really. Oba Femi's on SmackDown and Ethan Page is on SmackDown. That's huge. Okay. We're only doing pay-per-views now. Let's see what happens. Cody and Drew, the only title match. Okay. Battleground Tampa, whatever, however you Tampa, Florida. I know that actually. Hook and Joe Hendry versus the Hardys. Noam Dar versus Tony D'Angelo. No title matches. Okay. Money in the Bank. Who will be? I got this idea from BDE. Shout out BDE, of course, one of my favorite wrestling YouTubers. I think Santi's after my favorite, but he's up there. He was my original favorite. Whoa. Paula Tonga, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, Roy Holland, Kira Tozawa, Damian Priest, and Sheamus. This could either go really good or really bad. Huge fatal four-way. That's what this title needs. Okay. But a special guest referee. And the women's match is huge too. Okay. Damian Priest is Mr. Money in the Bank. Zelina Vega is the first ever women's U.S. champ. Drew's still the world champ. Oh yeah, because I have the Mad Dragons and the Revolution. I didn't even think about that. And Candice LeRae is the women's Money in the Bank. So let's see, Drew and Zelina are the only two. Okay. Alright, champions. Maybe we'll get all these finally. Becky Lynch and Izzy Dane. That's huge. Alright, champions. You know, it's supposed to be title matches, and there's only one title match. Okay, well, let's see what happens here. Zelina retains. Okay, let's check divisions quickly. Let's go. Oops, divisions. Only one in the women's tag, but there ain't really a women's tag division even. Okay, but any tag team on Raw needs to go to it. The women's world. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put Blake Monroe, Nikki Cross, and Chelsea Green in this one. So then it's 8-4, which is technically 8-7. The tag, is there any more for tag? There is, so we're gonna go ahead and 5-11. So let's see. AJ, oh wait, no, let's go to IC titles. We would kind of Chad Gable, Logan Paul, and Sheamus. 9-7. Okay, well, let's bring. Lou Kaiser back here for now. So 8-8, 15-7-4-8. Okay. We're only gonna worry about this with SmackDown and Raw because, yeah. Whoa, Ova Femi is the number one for the world title. Okay. We're gonna leave them because they're doing good on their own. 11-8, so I need to add some people here. So that's 10-9. Okay. Women's tag. There's only one, but we're gonna add it because we kind of need to. One sec, guys. 12-4, so we can add 4. Okay. Zarya, Michin, Izzy Dame, and Raquel. So 8-8. Okay. Best we're getting, I'm gonna be for real. Alright, Great American Bash, NXT. Will we have any titles on the line? No. So you know what we're gonna have to do, I think, is edit these matches. No. We're just gonna have to simulate, I guess, till title matches start happening, right? I mean, I guess I could just crown champions for NXT so it gets going, because we're not gonna really care about it. I just like looking, so. All NXT stars. Well, you know what? We'll go Tony D'Angelo. We'll go Ricky Sosa. Tag team, we'll go ahead and just do Undisputed Era. For the women's, we'll do Flamir. Women's tag, doesn't matter, yeah. Lola Vice. Yep, there we go. Just because NXT is kind of harder to get going, probably. Uh, yep, Saturday night's main event, and then we got Evolution, which is huge and good. Seth versus Drew, okay. Randy versus Oba. Javon and Punk, okay. Last man standing. Let's see with it. Zelina and Drew. Interesting, interesting. Evolution. Let's see how this goes. All women's pay per view. There has to be some title matches, right? Oh my god. Okay. Um. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna edit these matches. Let's see what brand is Chelsea. Chelsea Green's on Raw. She's number one for the women's world title, if I remember. So. Yep, all gonna be the same, just adding the titles to them. Because we need to start getting champions down, you know what I mean? They were on, I think Izzy Dame's on SmackDown, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna check before, you know. I'm pretty sure Izzy Dame's on SmackDown, right? Liv Morgan is, so yeah, that's fine with me, honestly. We just gotta get some titles going, you know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Stephanie Valkyrie is the first ever women's world champion. Kabuki Warriors a tag. Izzy Dame is the women's world, and Selena Vega retains. Okay, we got stuff going. That's fine for now. You know what I mean? SummerSlam, more title matches, hopefully. This is my first episode, so you gotta give me a break a little. You know what I mean? Huge main event. Whoa, that's an interesting match. Okay, big match there as well. So let's go ahead and start here for night one of SummerSlam. Kabuki Warriors retain. Izzy Dame retains. And Seth Rollins is your new world champion. See what's next. Raquel versus Zelina. Huge fatal four-way. Bayley versus Voltaire. Okay, these guys are on Raw. We're making this for the Raw tag titles. And now on SmackDown, pretty sure. So I think that this can be, let's see, World Tag. I'm pretty sure that's good. And then what's the main event? Okay, that's fine. So what? So if I'm not wrong, let me check SmackDown to make sure. But those should be. Yeah. Okay. So what? After this show, we'll just see what we have left. So we'll start with this. Let's see what happens. Raquel wins the title. Wyatt's family are the Raw tag. The Revolution or the SmackDown. Dominic's your U.S. champ. I think he was already your champ. And Bayley's the new world champ. So I think the IC, women's IC, and then the men's undisputed are the only ones left, right? Yeah. Okay. I can work with that. Clash in Paris. If there is. Oh, wait, no. Heatwave first, just because I'm curious. See what happens now that I got all the NXT titles. Sosa versus Dempsey. Ooh, Undisputed Era versus Dark State, but no title on the line. And Joe Hendry versus D'Angelo and Lola Vice for Flair, who's also the world champion. Flair now holds two titles. And then Joe Hendry did not win the title. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Let's see what happens at Clash in Paris. One second. Oh, look at that. I didn't even have to do the icy towel. It's on the line on its own. Gunther versus Drew is huge. Randy versus Saints. If it wasn't for Saints already being a tag champ, I'd put that as the title match. Oba versus Punk. If they're both on SmackDown, that's the world title match. Oh, Oba is the world champion. Okay. So what titles do we have left to crown? None. Ooh, okay, perfect. Lemaire's 2 times. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Theory versus Rusev. Theory retains. Izzy wins and Punk beat Oba, but no title on the line. Russell Blues, I don't care for Homecoming. The question is, who's going to win King of the Ring? Oh, big match. Big match. Big match. Okay, let's start this out with Seth retaining. Raquel Rodriguez retaining. Tiffany Stratton is the new women's undisputed champion. Bayley is the women's world champion still, and Oba Femi also retains. Then we go to NXT No Mercy. Brooks Jensen versus Tony D'Angelo. Ricky Sosa versus Joe Hendry. And Flair versus Ren Sinclair. D'Angelo retains. Joe Hendry is the North American champion. And Flair is still the champion for mid-card North American. Let's go to Crown Jewel, Perth, Australia. Oh, I've been recording for. Oh my god. Priest versus Oba. Did Priest cash in and win the title? No. Okay, so no one's cashed in yet, I don't think. Okay, anyways, Priest versus Oba. Seth versus Drew. Huge fatal four-way. Good fatal four-way, too. Another huge fatal four-way. Good fatal four-way again. Okay. Priest is your new undisputed champion. Rodriguez retains. Theory retains. Bayley retains. And Seth retains. Wait, Halloween? Nah, let's just go to Survivor Series. This is what I'm interested in. What are the Survivor Series teams going to be looking like? Let's see this. The Americanos and Pretty Deadly versus Fraxium and House of Strong Style, which is House of Black and Shinsuke. Shrine versus Izzy Dame. The Revolution versus the Pride or the Street Profits. Theory versus Rollins. Hank and Tank versus Wyatt Six. Zelina Vega versus Raquel. And in the main event, it is the Secret Herbalist with Maxine Dupree versus Sammy Vaquer with Fatal Influence. Let's see how this goes. Team Americanos win. Stratton retains. Street Profits are your new tag champs. Seth is your new champ. I just realized that was Seth versus Theory for the title. Hank and Tank are your new tag. Vega's the new women's US. And Team Fatal Influence with the win. So let's look at championship updates here. Seth, Theory, Hank and Tank, Bayley, Joe Hendry, Tony D'Angelo, Chelsea Green, Kabuki Warriors, Undisputed Era, Flair, Priest, Vega, Stratton, Profits, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. As we go to Deadline. And here go D'Angelo and Noam Dar. Okay, no tag titles online again. Flair versus Paxley. And Hendry versus Charlie Dempsey. D'Angelo retains. Flair retains. And Hendry retains. So you know what we're gonna do, Loki? We're moving her as the champion then. Because they need someone new, you know what I mean? Saturday night's main event. LA Knight versus CM Punk would be a fire feud, by the way. I saw that in the wrong corner. Chad Gable, is he a champion? Charlie Dempsey is the NXT champion. Whoa. Any title change? Jordan Grace is the new NXT Women's Champion. No title changes, so it's just weird. Chad Gable, though, is challenging for that world title. And here we go. Swipe right, the Vanity Project versus the Street Profits. Vega versus Stratton. Fatal Influence versus Kabuki Warriors and Rusev versus Theory in the main event. Rollins retains. Profits retain. Vega is your new champion. Kabuki Warriors retain. And Rusev is your new champion. Look at this right before Royal Rumble as well. Here we go. Of course, we have both Royal Rumble matches. Hell in a Cell between Maxine Dupree and Chelsea Green. Candice LeRae cashing in. I think this is her Money in the Bank on Zelina. Gunther versus Seth with Tank, I think it is. It's a special guest referee, random, but Charlexa versus Kabuki Warriors and Bayley versus Naomi. So let's see how this goes. Braun Breaker wins the Rumble. Chelsea Green is your women's Intercontinental Champion. Candice LeRae is your women's world champion. Seth is your world champ. Kabuki Warriors are still your tag champs. Bayley's still your champ. Sarah Omega, I think the name is. Not gonna tell me. Look at championships. Okay, we got some shakeups happening over time here. Zelina was holding 2 titles, I guess. Did Candice cash in that? Oops. Check. Did both of them cash in already? Wow. Let me make sure I'm not tripping here. They both cashed in. I don't even remember who the other champ who won it. Honestly, for men. But Candice LeRae, I mean, it worked. Okay, Gunther versus Seth, Ilya versus Dominic, Candice versus Zelina, Javon versus Elton Prince. Huge chamber match. Actually, really not that big of a chamber match, to be honest. But still. Women's main event. The women's one is better. Brad Baylor versus Roman Reigns. Gunther versus Rollins. Rollins retains. Dom retains. Candice retains. Penta wins this chamber match. Kabuki Warriors retain. And Bliss wins this chamber match. Oh, I'm not wrong. Isn't one of these King of the Ring? I don't know. Well, we're gonna go to SmackDown before Mania and see if any title changes have happened, because we're gonna look at Stand and Deliver as well. Title changes. NXT wise, yeah, Undisputed Era is still your champ. Roman Reigns is the Undisputed Champion. Raquel's the Women's US. I don't know if there's any other. I don't think there is. So let's go to Stand and Deliver. See what goes down here. Tony Andrews with Charlie Dempsey. No tag titles on the line once again. Interesting. Becky Sosa versus Brooks Jensen. Okay. The main event: Jordan Grace versus Flamir. Jordan Grace, Tony D'Angelo, and Brooks Jensen. Alright, WrestleMania Night 1. This is the final pay-per-view of this episode. Rio versus Kabuki Warriors. Lynch versus LeRae. Knight versus Oba. Dom versus Ilya. Whoa. Aren't they tag champs? If they are champs, if Street Profits are champs, that's titles on the line, right? Yeah. But Ian Page versus Fatu. Roman versus Solo. Okay. This is titles on the line. I don't care. It's Mania. You can't not be putting the titles on the line. But let's see how this goes. Kabuki Warriors retain. Candice retains. Knight beats Oba. Vaquer beats Cross. Ilya beats Dom. Javon beats Miles Bourne. Profits retain. Fatu beats Page. And Roman retains against Solo in the main event. Now let's go to Sunday. WrestleMania Night 2. Julia versus Raquel. Theory versus Rusev. Random fatal 4-way. That's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal right there. Lyra versus Chelsea. Okay, interesting show, to be honest. Raquel retains. Rusev retains. Chelsea retains. Nia is the new Women's World Champ. So let's go to SmackDown. We'll check the statistics. See who's held the title the longest after we simulate through SmackDown, of course. And yeah, let's just see what it looks like. So for this title, Seth, Drew, and Cody. Seth's held it 3 times. I don't like how it shows that. Okay, well then that's just your Universe Champs right there. Seth, Cody, and Drew. For this, it was Dom who I had to relinquish the title from. But Theory and Rusev. Hank and Tank in the Y6. Nia, Bailey, Stephanie, Naomi. I had to English. Doesn't count. Okay. Yeah, this it's still kind of confusing, but yeah. Year two, I'll see you guys for year two where we will do the drive. Whoa, interesting match. But yeah, year two, I will see you guys there when I decide to record it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay blessed, and I'll see you all.